but we can hear him. Coach, How you doing? Hey, Coach.
Speakerphone there, bud.
I got it.
Yeah. I can kind of, you can kind of hear his voice.
Coach, you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Fumble Fist. How you doing, Coach?
Oh, we're doing fine. I just got back from a restaurant. Our team doctor, back when I was here, Pete Indelicato,
good man,
had a birthday with his family, and Jerry and I joined him, and then came on back. But, restaurant was packed like always, and it'll be packed again tomorrow night, I'm sure, maybe with some Tennessee Volunteer fans there.
Oh, yeah. How about that? Well, they loved – I heard Allie can hear you. You can't hear her. She had a guest on today who said – it was a Tennessee guy. And he said, I miss those days of Steve Spurrier and can't spell sisters out the UNT. And Allie, I know he can't hear you, but that's what he said. Yeah, so you can go, you can talk, and although Steve can't hear you, your audience can hear you. No. So that was a good point. Coach, so much has gone on now. A lot of things happening. You had a wonderful visit to the Dukies and saw a terrific game. And I know your heart was filled with joy because that was celebrating the win you had over them. What was that like?
Yeah, buddy. I think they broadcast and wrote that this was the next win over a top 10 team since 1989 when the Duke team beat Clemson. Mm-hmm. And I tell people all the time, buddy, if our Duke team in 89 did not beat Clemson, we beat them 21-17, and then went on and won all the rest of our games and won the ACC championship, I would never have been the head coach at Florida, because I did not play at Alabama. I didn't coach for Bear Bryant. I never coached under Nick Saban. So why would they hire a guy that coached at Duke and he didn't win anything? But fortunately, we won the ACC championship, and President Bob Bryan basically hired me and gave me a chance to coach at my alma mater. So going back to Duke, and we had 4 of our coaches that were at Duke and at Florida: Bob Sanders, Jim Collins, Broadway, and Carl Franks. All 4 of those guys were there at the game. So it was a wonderful night to reminisce and watch our Dukies beat Clemson again, and the fans storm the field again like they did back in 1989. So it was fun to watch. Jerry and I were there for the whole thing.
That was great. Now, this time I'm going to ask these guys to ask you a question, and I'll repeat their question to you because they can't hear you. Allie, you have something you want to ask?
Well, first of all, ask Coach Spurrier about rooming with Gene Peak.
Okay. He's got a lot of stories on him. Allie wants to know if you have any stories on rooming with Gene Peak, the governor.
I don't know that I room with Gene Peak, but I like to sit with him at the pregame meals because he was always loosey-goosey, and I was loosey-goosey night before the game and this, that, and the other. But I think I roomed with a guy that was more a senior guy, this, that, and the other. But I'd love to sit with Peak at the pregame meals because he was loosey-goosey. And really before the Auburn game, I told him, I said, I got a feeling I'm going to kick a field goal to win the game today. And he'll repeat that story because we were always just sort of shooting the breeze, having a big time.
But Steve, didn't he dream it? Somebody dreamed it. Who was it?
Oh, I told him I don't know if I told him I dreamed it. I was occasionally saying I feel like I'm going to do this, that, or the other. And I did say I feel like I'm going to kick field goal to win the game before the Auburn game, and I'll be damned it happened. So I don't know.
I've always loved the Peaker because he wanted you so bad to get that job, and he really campaigned at a time when people were not very enlightening. I won't mention any names but Bill Arnsberger, okay? So anyway, so I love Peaker for that, his passion.
Well, I was never a hot candidate, buddy, because I played golf in the off season. I love playing golf down with Tampa Bay Bandits and all that. And but our teams won, and our quarterbacks and our offense always played well, pretty much. But they said, well, this guy doesn't work very hard. Well, does he win? Well, he didn't work very hard. So here's what happens in sports. the guy that interviews with a guy that's never been a coach, and he convinces him how hard he works, those are the guys that get the jobs. And that's just the way it is. And I guess if you're trying to teach a young coach how to get a job, man, you better learn all the right words about how hard you work and all that BS, and don't worry about what your record is. And there's so many coaches out there like that. They're making huge amounts of money, and their track record ain't all that great. So anyway, I never was one of those guys that tried to brag about what I've done in the past. I just sort of said, here's what our plan is, and hopefully you'll give me a chance to go do it.
It worked well, Coach. Allie, one more quick one, and I'll let Brendan jump on in. What you got, Allie? Anything else?
Well, I want to know what Coach thinks the score is going to be this weekend and how he thinks we match up with the Vols.
Okay.
That was my question.
Okay, well, then get another one, Brendan. I'm going to have to you go. Allie wants to know what you think, how these teams match up, and what if you have a score for the game.
The Tennessee-Florida game, right?
That's correct.
I think they match up very evenly. I really do. I think the team that plays the best, and maybe the coaches that coach the best, will win this game. I think talent-wise, pretty even. And Tennessee has not been all that impressive. And obviously we haven't. So I really believe it's a toss-up game, and we got an excellent chance to beat those guys. We got to play better than them, and we got to coach better than them. Simple as that.
Brendan, I think we're hearing Coach Spurrier. I think he's picking the Gators. Brendan, what do you think?
I hope so.
All right, Brendan, what's your question?
I wanted to know what Coach's favorite Tennessee-Florida memory was as a coach.
Okay. Brendan wants to know, what was your favorite Tennessee-Florida memory as a coach?
You know what? He may not like this memory, but I'll tell you, buddy, and I've said it many times, people say, what was your favorite game against Tennessee? And I'm going to tell you when it was. It was when I was an assistant coach at Duke, 1982, and we opened the season at Tennessee. They had Reggie White, defensive lineman, Willie Gault, wide receiver. They were about 25-point favorites. I don't know what they were. And we had our Dookie bunch of guys. We went 6-5 the year before, but we go to Knoxville, and it was a heck of a game. We actually hit a couple long passes for touchdowns, but we ran the ball at the end of the game. We ran the ball from our 1 yard line to their 1 yard line and ate up the last 11, 12 minutes of the game. We only threw a couple of passes and hit both of those. But anyway, we got down to their 1 yard line. There was about a minute and a half left, and they had no timeouts left. And I told Ben Bennett, don't you dare sneak that ball into the end zone, because that would have given them a minute to come back and try to win the game. And so sure enough, he was smart enough to take a knee on the 2 yard line, and we killed the clock. But as a kid from East Tennessee, Johnson City, Newport, Tennessee, going up there and watching the Vols play. And this is my first time ever to compete against Tennessee. I sort of had chill bumps, maybe a little tear when the announcer came on and said it's football time in Tennessee.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know if you remember, they say that right before every game.
John Ward.
Yeah, that was him. It's football time in Tennessee. I got some chill bumps, and I said, man, if we could beat these dudes here, that would be a memory of a lifetime. And I guarantee you, 1982, that was a memory of a lifetime. And fortunately, I was lucky enough to have some more memories. But that's still my biggest. And I was the offensive coordinator, wasn't the head coach, but it was still. As a kid growing up in Tennessee and going there to that stadium, and all of a sudden I got to coach there and win a game, that was the best.
Great memory. Brendan, you got one quick follow?
No, you got to get one in, buddy.
All right. I have lots of questions. I've probably asking Coach 1,000 over the years, but I want him to comment on. He doesn't second guess people. I want him to comment on Billy Napier. A lot of people are unhappy after the opening game. I know you don't have to make critical remarks, but now this is his chance to redeem himself. I know you saw the game like we all did, a lot of mistakes that killed him. Do you think after watching him against McNeese State that some of those things have been corrected?
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. I really think, we didn't coach a very good game. He admits to that the first game. The second game, we were, McNeese State, we were, we didn't have to do a lot. Run the ball, throw a few passes here and there. So, this is the biggest game of the year right now. If we win it, then we'll have bigger games. If we don't win it, we may have to hope a bunch of guys lose to have bigger games. But this is a huge game, and Billy and his staff know they got to coach well, and the players got to play well. Tennessee, I think we're sort of close to even with those guys. And I think just the team that plays the best, makes the most big plays, and coaches the best and all that's going to win the game. I think we're talent-wise, I think we're pretty close to those guys. So let's go play better than them. We can win the game.
For sure. All right, Coach. Listen, it's great talking to you. Congratulations on all the success at the restaurant. And by the way, there's some guy on here that says he knows you. I just saw him on the message boards named Freddie Weeby. Does that guy know you?
I just left Freddie at the restaurant. He's the general manager of our restaurant.
He's a great guy.
We had a big crowd there tonight, as always, and a big crowd tomorrow night. Probably have some Tennessee Vols there tomorrow night. But it's sort of interesting. The Feinbaum show today, guy called in. Yeah. He said, I'm going to be at Spurrier's restaurant night before the game, blah, blah, blah. Talk about how good it was and so forth. Yeah. And Feinbaum was also very complimentary of our restaurant. So anyway, we're fortunate. We got a real nice restaurant there.
He's back to being the good Feinbaum now.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, thanks a lot for joining us.
Okay, buddy. Always nice talking to you.
All
right, see ya.
Thank you. Oh, there he is, the legend, guys. There he is.
And he does have a good restaurant. Every time we go to Gainesville, I want to go. They love it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I might be up there next week. I don't know. All right, Brendan, I don't want to take over the show. You want to get Allie in here and then just do the commercial? Whatever you want to do.
Well, I think we talk so much about breaking down. I know, Allie, you have two of the week.